Alright, it's working. Wow! I literally just finished the episode now, and it is great, and I'm looking rugged. I was at swimming this morning. I actually watched this episode at about 5 a.m. this morning. That's how early I'm a competitive swimmer. That's all you probably know or don't know. But I had 5:30 practice on Saturday morning, so you can just imagine what that feels like. Anyways, Civil Wars Part 2. Wow, this was a great episode. I think any doubts I have about Korra now, the show, I think are gone. I think this was a great episode. I thought Civil Wars Part 1 was a good episode. This is even better, which is the shocking thing, I think. Um, so Tenzin is still looking for Iki, and, well, he finds her. And Iki's made a new family with a bunch of sky bison cubs, I guess. And it's a really cute scene. And it's a great scene also because it sort of shows because the sky bison cubs, they're brothers and sisters. They're all related. They're all related, and it's sort of, Iki and Tenzin sort of coming to realization that, yeah, being part of a family is difficult, but, they'll be there for you. That they're all you got at the end of the day, to some extent. Don't know what else to say, really. The bits with Korra, with sort of the, really huge political tensions in the South Pole are done very, very well. It starts off with Korra's parents being put on trial with a bunch of the rebels. Varric has escaped. Well, escaped, we'll call him. We'll say. This is a great scene. Varric is just like, he's such a colorful character. Like, I hope they do more with him as the season goes on. What it is, Korra's mother is proven innocent because, I don't even think Korra's mom is a bender at all. I think maybe. Well, maybe she is. I know, Korra's father's definitely a bender, as you can see. Unalaq, of course, is as well. Unalaq. But anyways, you learn a bit of a shocking truth about Unalaq. But as I was saying, look at me. I'm having a conversation with myself in front of a computer. But anyways, they get put on trial with the rebels and Korra's father, and they're found guilty, and they're going to be sentenced to death. Now, Avatar has been pretty been pretty neat with death in a sense. Like, you never actually saw, you never saw Aang kill anyone, though, yeah, it's debatable when, he went into the water spirit in the North Pole. But you never see him physically, man-to-man kill somebody. And this is well with the other characters. You never saw Toph kill anyone. You never saw Sokka, well, I guess I'm gonna say Sokka killed Combustion Man or Sparky Boomer, the guy with the thing and the big metal arm. I'm pretty sure Sokka killed that guy. He threw a boomerang at his face and then he exploded. Nice. Katara never killed anyone, though she was going to. But yeah, but just to say, you're sentenced to death, I don't know, something about that just seemed very, I don't know, it just seemed dramatic. It just seemed really, dramatic. I mean, I remember when, in Season 1, where it's Yakone was found guilty, that flashback, it's we sentence you to life in prison. Not death, life in prison. Now, this could go to, maybe Republic City is a lot more different political system, because I guess Aang found it and founded the city and, wanted it to sort of use a lot of the teachings of the air nomads, so. But okay. But apart from that, you learn a shocking truth about Unalaq. Apparently everything is his fault. It's actually him that, caused, you learn that Korra's father was banished, but it was actually because of him that, he was banished. He actually, bribed some rebels to attack, the North Pole, because Korra's father was next in line to be chief. Was next in line to be chief. So he did that, and knowing that he would go into the Spirit Force and potentially destroy it, so the spirits would attack, so therefore he'd get banished again. And the jury that they have is rigged. Oh yeah, they don't actually get sentenced to death. The judge thinks, yeah, that's a bit rough, and even Unalaq's like, yeah, look, just send him to prison. That's a bit better. Well, maybe it's a bit worse, depending how you look at it. Oh god, what was it? Yeah. So you learn everything's his fault. Everything was staged so that, he could basically have power. And I guess to some extent he wanted Korra power, really. This is gonna get neat for later episodes. I'm pretty sure. It's just a little Starbucks thing or whatever. Just like to. Oh, I got a massive pimple. Nice. Oh, let's go. No, it's not. Yeah, but that's neat. And some great bits with Varric and some weird platypus bear thing. Bolin is getting married to Eska. Like, I don't even know where to begin on that. Just like she gives him a betrothal necklace or whatever. It has a skull on it. I'm not going to spoil the ending. The end, actually, I will. But oh yeah, Asami finally is back into the ring of things. Finally. Anyways, but apart from that, I have nothing else to say. Really, I thought it was a great episode. And there's this great bit where Bumi, the Bumi and Kaya and Tenzin, they're still at the Air Temple. Bumi is looking at Aang's statue, and he's just sort of saying, I wish I could have been better, Dad. I'm sorry I'm not a bender. It's just, I am who I am. And it was just one of those moments where, it was... It kind of got a tear from me, maybe. But is the captain gonna cry today? I don't know. But it's one of those things where, it really got to me. And Kaya, who's known for her hugs. And then the resolution to that, where Kaya shows a photo of them as kids, but along with Aang and Katara. That was very well done. Like I said, that's like, for me, that's going to be the most interesting part. For me, that's going to be the most interesting part of this season is just Tenzin and his family. Like in Civil Wars Part 1, it was done perfectly. Just showing them, and it says it says a lot about them. It also says a lot about Aang as well, and that, maybe he wasn't such a good father. And, Tenzin realizes, what, I'm sure I'm an airbender, but, I'm not the only one that has to keep his legacy. We should do that as well. We should all do that. The bits with Korra, well done. Korra's father is going to lead the rebellion against Unalaq's forces. I can't imagine how good that's going to go. And Korra is going to go back to Republic City to tell the president of United Republic to, back up the South Pole. So right now we're getting some interesting things. I will say this though, another villain from the North Pole, because Unalaq is of course the villain. Like, it's one of those things. Like, it's one of those things. Like IGN said it good. Yeah, IGN. We all hate IGN. Well, not all of us, but their game reviews are ridiculous. But that's another rant altogether. But Unalaq was just, IGN said it good. Like, it's like, painstakingly obvious. This guy's the villain, But yes, he's the villain, but it's sort of like, why is he the villain, really? It's like, why does he, he's after power. He's not just like, oh, I'm a dick, and, like, I'm just going to do this. Like, you learn, like, really, like, why and how he became the villain. Well, not really how. Well, he's after power, really. He wants to control the South, because why not? It's damaged down there in the South. But this brings up a neat point I always wonder, because these spirit attacks, they only happen in the North and the South. They don't happen anywhere else. They just happen in the North and the South. Well, I'm assuming just the South, because, Unalaq can repel them or whatever. So that's a neat little thought. Some great bits with Korra's mom. Sami kicks a lot of ass, and she still has that Equalist glove, which is cool. But apart from that, I have nothing else to say, so I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10, and the very ending of this episode, I'm seeing that face forever. You see Eska, she's coming after Bolin, she is furious. It's like when that one episode of My Little Pony where, Applejack broke the pinky promise. You pinky promised! I scared my little dog. I scared my little doggy. He's screaming. Oh, Max. I know, you know me. I scared my little dog. He got a haircut a little while ago. He lost his dignity, but it's okay. He's good. Yeah, it was like that. It's like, you pinky promised. Or Eska promised. That's the thing I like about, well, you don't see Desna much, really. How did those characters become like that, Eska and Desna? So monotone, speaking like this all day, to the point where, Eska's like, you Pinkie promised. Alright, I'm done. Like, this is a great episode. I give this 9.5 out of 10. It was great. Lots of great bits. Some great bits with Tenzin. Some great, absolutely amazing bits with Korra. Varric. He's probably one of my new favorite characters on this show. I hope they do more with him, and I'm curious where it's going to go because I think we're going to see some really dramatic stuff, and we might see some major deaths. Who knows? Until then, see you later.